very nice tonight, Mr. Collier.
You want to lead pledge? Sure. All right, we'll call to order the meeting of the Morgan County Council for August 4th, 2025. We're going to have Troy lead us in the pledge, and Vicki will lead us in prayer if you'll all stand.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this world in which we live in and all your creations. And dear Lord, we just pray that you be with this body of government as we oversee the people's business, trying to figure out what is best for not only now but the future going forward. And dear Lord, we just ask that you be with the school kids as they're going back to school, keep them safe and drivers aware of these school zones and bus zones. And dear Lord, we thank you for our children because they are our future and the way of the world going forward. We acknowledge those who have completed their education or are stepping out into the world. And we recognize the little ones that are beginning kindergarten just this week. And dear Lord, we thank you for your Son, Jesus Christ, and all the opportunities that you allow us as Americans. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you, Troy. We have I'll start with the treasurer's monthly report for June and the clerk's monthly report for June. Everyone get a copy of that and have a chance to review it? Great. Will everyone have a chance to review the July minutes that were presented to us?
Vicki Kivett makes a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
Thank you. And let the...
Second.
Oh, we have a motion by Vicki Kivett, seconded by Joe Crone. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries 6-0. Let the record show all are in attendance except Melissa Green this evening. She had a pre-planned vacation, but the rest of us are here. Let the paper take note of that. I know you guys are keeping tabs on us, whether we're here or not, so.
You can bet they'll be here Thursday, right? Really? That's been in the paper?
Oh, yeah, they know when all you were missed. I was 100%, just to be clear.
Here's Pat.
No, I didn't yet, but I'm getting ready to. I jumped to the minutes. We also have our sheriff's commissary report that was presented to us as well. That's now part of our packet. Everyone have a copy of that as well. We don't have to approve it, just acknowledge that we received it. And we'll move into additional appropriations. And it looks like ambulance lease purchase is up. So hello, Brent.
We had an old ambulance that was disposed of by Enterprise this year. The proceeds amounted to $15,075. We're asking to reuse that and be reallocated to the ambulance purchase fund or lease fund to use towards the purchase of an ambulance that we talked about last meeting.
Great. Anyone have issue with that or have questions?
Brian Culp will make a motion that we approve that move.
We have a motion by Brian Culp to approve the $15,075 and seconded by Troy Sprinkle. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Thanks, Brent. And then the Deb can't hear you. Better. All right, we have a looks like additional appropriation from the rainy day fund. Is Commissioner Collier or Josh going to present that to us? All right. Good evening.
Council. Why don't we start with the smaller additional appropriation first, the $210,183.56. Just, as a reminder, we negotiated with the developer in West Point. They're paying us quarterly. is we're doing this EMS project out near Monrovia. This allows us to front that money out of rainy day until we get the rest of our payments, which come each quarter. So it's really just a placeholder until we receive the rest of our funds.
So the fund is going to be reimbursed, basically, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Why are we doing it now instead of just waiting till we get?
The project's being built,
Oh, okay,
and so we will spend the money before we get every quarterly draw in.
okay.
Rainy day fund is healthy.
So when this comes back, it'll go back into rainy day, is that correct?
That's right.
Do we know- What's the current balance in the rainy day as of like today? Approximately.
I thought it was closer to 14, wasn't it? Maybe I was already adding that in.
That's one thing Reedy doesn't put on their
Doesn't have it on
report every month.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're.
I've been
we're at
flipping through
12.
looking for it.
Well, yeah.
3 going in, so it's in good shape.
I'll go ahead and if there's no more questions, I'll make a motion to approve the $210,183.56 for the Monroe Township EMS station.
Have a motion by Chip Keller,
Vicki, go ahead, Troy.
Troy Sprinkle, second.
seconded by Troy Sprinkle. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0.
Great. Okay, so the next one, we're going to start talking Chris, and kind of work our way through this. So as you know, we have the Reporter Times building, which the prosecutor's office and Title 4D occupy today. As part of our long-term, we've got our judicial building open. We're starting construction of our courthouse. And when we did our space needs assessment, we didn't get down into the final design, but we allocated square footages based on general use. We are not going to have any room for growth in this building with the footprint we have. The plan has been for a long time that we will eventually acquire that building, make that most likely, and I think it makes the most sense now. Final design may dictate a little bit otherwise, but that would be our public health department and that facility, not part of this main judicial campus, as well as, we've got a clinic that we share with the city of Martinsville right now. We are leasing a building for that clinic. Long-term, it would be ideal to have them in our space instead of renting. And so Commissioner Collier, in talks with the owner of the Reporter Times building, has expressed a willingness to let us exercise our option. We have the ability to purchase this at a set price. We negotiated this pre-COVID. If I remember, it's roughly, well, I think it's in here, just shy of 1.5 million. It's like 1.49. And so, this is something that if for any reason we ever thought we wouldn't need this in the future, I think we could sell it for a good penny. But he's expressed a willingness to let us exercise this option now, which would save us about $600,000 in rent. And so we're asking, knowing that we have a good rainy day fund, knowing that we have a lot of pieces that need to fall, we think it's prudent to go ahead and take this building down now, make sure that we control that into the future, and get ready for our next phases.
So it was a 10-year lease.
Yep.
And we've fulfilled how many of those years?
We're on year 5 right now.
Year 5.
Halfway.
So we got 5 years left.
And they're willing to release us of that lease. There's no,
No
Yeah, we
penalties.
would purchase
Right,
the
no.
building outright and not have to pay the last 5 years of
okay,
rent.
no buyout of any kind.
Right.
I mean, other than the purchase.
How much per year is the
121,000.
121?
I know, yeah.
So we think this is a great opportunity. Obviously, it's not a commissioner and myself decision alone. You guys are part of that decision-making process, and so we want to bring it before you. We think it's a great opportunity.
I think it's a great opportunity. And I'm all for us owning buildings instead of leasing buildings in our county.
I agree. And with, as Josh mentioned, that clinic that we share with the city and being able to house that in-house will certainly benefit the county moving forward, so.
Are we paying, what kind of rent are we paying for the clinic that we're sharing?
I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. I want to ballpark, we split with the city. I want to say it's roughly $50,000 a year, maybe 45.
Would we be, if we did that and they're with us, are they going to pay us to utilize our space then?
Most likely. That's what, when we were also partnered with the school, that was the arrangement. The city and the county both paid a monthly fee to the school. That would be the intent here as well. If we own the space, we'll charge back a fee as well.
Right.
Where are we currently leasing a clinic?
We're having a space built out right now. The insurance board approved Proactive MD is our new clinic provider. That's being renovated currently. The strip mall that was behind the old Walgreens,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be a
Back there.
nice facility. We did a walkthrough the other day.
So we're currently in a lease with that space?
Will be. It's being built out.
So we committed,
So we're not.
yeah, what's the
we do
time
It's
frame on
it's a
something like
three-year
this?
term.
3-year, okay.
Okay.
The lease, the new
Yeah.
lease.
And so we're hoping this really all coincides right at the same time.
Okay.
But yeah, what's the soonest, I mean, the courthouse has to be completed before the health department would ever think
That'll be-
about moving.
That should be done March of '27.
Yeah.
And then, we'll be coming here in the not-too-distant future to talk about this final phase, but that would be the last phase.
Right.
But March of '27 is when folks will start moving out of this building. More likely, April of '27.
So it was completely renovated 5 years ago? New roof?
Yeah, it was completely renovated when we moved in.
It's beautiful. Have you been in it?
I've been in.
Yeah, it's
No, no,
nice.
it looks nice. So it was completely renovated.
It's nice.
Very nice.
Although he did start calling as soon as the new judicial building opened.
So currently, we're paying insurance for the contents, and the owner is paying for insurance for the building itself?
Probably have to have some kind of rent.
Yeah, I think we have coverage over the building as well. I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, some leases, you
It's
have
a
a triple net
it's a
lease.
triple net
and
lease.
you
We-
pay for it through that, but I was just curious.
It's a triple net lease. We assume essentially all risk and liability
All right.
Okay, that's good to know.
and maintenance and everything, yeah.
Okay, so it wouldn't be an increase in cost because we're already paying that through the lease. But that's, part of that $600,000 that we're saying we're saving is a part of what we're gonna increase, because we're gonna have to pay those still. So we're not necessarily,
You're under a blanket amount anyway. You'd just be increasing it to that, for that blanket amount. I mean,
Include the building itself.
yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad deal, I'm just not
Yeah.
sure we're,
I think it's a great deal. I mean, you're virtually making up half of that total in the, yeah. I mean, I'm in favor.
Essentially, for those two buildings, we would be saving $145,000 a year on the lease payment, right? If you
Yeah.
added the clinic and the,
Mhm.
Yeah.
well,
yeah,
we have to pay 3 years of that lease because
Right.
we can't move into that building until everything's done. So we're gonna have
I think
$150,000
it's
cost
total.
there.
Yeah, total.
is there a valid appraisal on it?
Yeah, there were appraisals done at the time the contract was done.
That was the 1.5 then, or 1.4, whatever.
Yeah.
Then. That's the appraised value.
Yeah,
So it's probably more than that now.
I would think so. I'm not an appraiser.
And we have 12 million in rainy day. I'm gonna add 3, and the 3
You're
is
gonna add more
from,
than three. You're gonna add 3 between now and the end of the year, but we already had accrued, I think, 1.5 earlier this year,
was
so you're
that
gonna add
interest,
about 4.5.
was that interest off of the
Operating
money in
funds.
operating funds? Okay.
Pull 2 back out.
Any other questions?
The building is nice.
interest rate for us pretty hard, and that will slow down from a gallop to a crawl, and that horse through all the lots and the finishing up the construction and whatnot, a lot of that will go back down, but we'll still, now that we got on this path of getting people to invest, are operating and stepping it, the days of $129,000 for a whole year, I hope we never go back to that. I think we're doing a lot better job doing fiscal management of.
You definitely are, yes.
Stair-stepping it where we keep our cash flow, but at the same time capitalize on what we collect in May and November.
He asked us to look ahead because he's getting ready to do some pretty heavy investing in the next month or so.
Yeah, Dan's been doing a good job of cash flow
It
management.
just makes me a little nervous talking about spending $1.5 million when we're doing budgets in 2 weeks, and we don't 100% know what it looks like. That's my nervousness as we have this conversation.
We can't even let somebody hire a new position, so, and that's the ones moving to that building, right?
I can't hear you, Joe.
Yeah, you do.
I said that was, we're buying a new building for the health department, right? That's where they're going?
Eventually.
So we just told them that they couldn't have a new employee, but we can buy them a building, and all they needed was $10,000. So it kind of, to me, that's kind of backwards.
That's not their budget, though. I mean, the
I mean,
money
it-
that's
I mean,
coming
it's
in
money
for
coming
that
from the
is,
county that we have to okay.
right, but we can't move money out of rainy day to pay salaries.
No, that's the only reason why this makes more sense to me, is that this isn't money that, rainy day, we've never, in the history of Morgan County, earmarked rainy day money for reoccurring
No,
No.
never.
every year expenses that you're gonna have for the rest of the
Yeah, we can't use
Yeah.
rainy day to
And
pay
this goes back
salaries.
to our blueprint. We're gonna have to come up with space. If we lose the Reporter Times building at the end of the lease, you're gonna have to go out and get another building.
Exactly.
Continue a lease, which probably will be not as favorable as it is now, because it is 10-year and it'll go up. So,
And it might not be as conveniently located.
Exactly. And we've had opportunities in the past that some council members have passed on that would have been great opportunities for the county, looking right next door. So I hate to see us pass on something that in 5 years, we look back and say, what the heck did we do?
And it's in the area of our hub here
Yes.
with county government.
Yes,
but
and
yet-
it's already gone through the renovations. I mean, that's not going to be the cost on our backs.
Based on the space study, that will get us taken care of. We
For
won't
now.
need
should, I mean,
to find another building at some point.
I mean, we're still going to have to look at EMS situations, but
Building these new
Yeah.
stations around.
Right, but
so
I just
that
meant it's-
should- yeah.
and ultimately, amongst the commissioners, our ultimate goal still is, I don't want anyone working in our basements.
no, I don't either.
Our
Agreed.
basements were never designed for people to be working in them. They were
Agreed.
designed for storage. And so the sooner we can get everybody out of the basements, the better I will feel.
Does anybody recall, Reedy tells us every year, there's a certain percentage they recommend you keep in rainy day funds. And I can't remember what that percentage of what, it's something with the general fund, but I can't remember if it's like the balance that's,
Is it 10%
does
of
anybody
what's in
recall?
your-
I mean, our debt, we have to keep our debt within it.
Was
But I
it
mean,
a-
it's not like it's not a statute or a law, it's just like a recommended guideline. This is how much,
Isn't it a certain number of days of,
that may be
a
it.
certain number of days of
like-
operating
Like
costs?
60 days or
No,
so,
yeah.
or,
I think it's like 6 months maybe.
I was thinking it was like 180 days. I thought it was like
okay.
a half a year.
Well, that would make sense.
We have a very healthy rainy day fund.
Yeah, that's my point, is I
Yes.
think our rainy day fund's pretty large.
Yeah.
If your intent was to purchase the building after another 5 years,
A lot larger
It's
number.
going to be more expensive.
It definitely will.
W-
Yeah.
w- What's the,
going to
what's the
save
timeframe
at
of doing this? I mean,
Well, the offer's now, right? I mean,
Right, except for
We
closing.
got off the phone with him at 4:57.
well, we appreciate you working that. That's on our behalf. I like the idea of, again, I mean, we've seen situations in which we don't own the building and what happens in those situations, and we lose control. And I like it that we would own it. And in saying that, I'm going to stick with
It
it.
would be different if we didn't need the health department. I would sit there and say, because of Senate Enrolled Act 1, which is, I've made it my personal goal for every commissioner meeting and any public meeting that I attend, to mention Senate Enrolled Act 1. This is on kills. But the rainy day is not the solution to sustaining the life. There'll be strong fiscal cuts, but we're not going to eliminate a whole department. So we still have to have that department go somewhere. And we have the building, and we have this opportunity to take ownership, which will, through the triple lease, my understanding, most everything's covered. It's my understanding that we're fixing everything anyway, so why not own it? You know? You wouldn't want to rent a saw blade, and every time it gets, you let me use it, and I bend it and go into a
Right.
nail, you gotta buy a new saw blade or fix it.
But anyway,
You tell him, Joe.
So to me, this is just, everybody's gonna look at the health of the rainy day, but that's say this. We got some phone calls early on when we started getting outside the box, and they came up and was telling us that there's all these rules that you have to keep it all within the county, and if you go outside the county, you've got this risk and that risk. Well, that's why we went from getting 0.25% on our investments to 3, 4, 4.5% on some of these CDs. And we were sitting around and, you know, he's working on his finance masters. And I said, well, we just issued $30 million worth of bonds, but we're not giving Myron Agent $30 million or DLZ $30 million. You're giving them 2 for the work done and 3 to get started. And that's when we started stair-stepping that side. And we had to tiptoe around arbitrage. And then when we looked at that, we said, well, why aren't we doing when we collect all the money in May and November that has to spread? Why aren't we being, I don't like using the word, so I'm not going to because Keith's here.
Yeah, what's them reporters?
I'm better with numbers than in the English language, and I don't want to use the word aggressive because it wasn't, CDs are not aggressive, but better fiscal management, prudent. We were more prudent with our investments to capitalize on what we were doing. Some of the things that we've done, changing on, you know, there's a $3 million problem sitting in this building right now, and it's on its second leg with a Band-Aid on it, and that's the heating and cooling system here. So when we get into Bot 4 down the road, whether we do it now or do it tomorrow, that system could go down at any time. That's truly one of my biggest fears, because if that goes down now, you almost need to evacuate everybody now, send them in temporary housing for a year and bring the construction and do 2 at once to get it over with. Because you're going to be tearing everything up.
Are you arguing for spending this 1.5 or against?
But that 1.5 is part of the
Yeah.
overall scheme of completing 4 bots.
Okay.
And getting everybody the proper housing, getting everybody out of the basements, and it's the end of the admin judicial center, the large capital investments that we've invested in ourselves in the last 5 years. So this opportunity came up, happened to be talking to the gentleman who owns it, and said, why don't you let us out of that? And he said, let me look into it. So his legal team looked at it and said, I'm good with that.
Any other questions, comments?
Over the years of time, we've been really good with that rainy day, and I didn't realize it was nearly 15 million now, but we've guarded it, and it's for these type things.
Well, and you've done good in investing in it to have it grow. I mean, that's,
I'm always going to try to keep, Bot 4 is 16 million. I think when we get to that point on the record, to issue bonds outside the levy, Chip's already told me he's not going to let me. That's a little,
got it.
come on, Chip.
Get it.
I get it. But I don't want to use, I will always, if you go back to the days I sit on it, we used to have a council member that wanted to give pay raises out of the rainy day.
Yep.
And then I was called negative and doom and gloom. And I said, you can't issue out a reoccurring expense on a fund that does not have a rate.
That's right.
And I will always protect that there's at least 5 million in there, because why? That is a large number for anyone and everyone. When it comes to the numbers we deal with, that's not that large. If a disaster comes through here, before we get reimbursed from state or federal on any national, it could be 60 to 180 days.
And we've had to utilize that at
Right.
times
So-
in
so-
situations.
I won't be comfortable.
And other counties aren't in that position. Some are not as frugal.
We have a rainy day that would crush most
Yeah.
areas.
Yeah. we've-
But this is a one-time deal based upon how we construct, that's why I said this horse is going from a sprint to a gallop, and then we'll be soon getting off the horse.
Yeah.
But we'll never go back to 120, knock on wood. And I could be wrong, but that's based upon what we've discussed as commissioners, and what we've discussed with auditor, what I've discussed with Mr. Baston. But I didn't read the whole book of the triple lease. I just know that if the light bulbs, if the fixtures, we're fixing them anyway. I said, then why don't we own this?
Exactly.
I understand, I'm new, I'm new, so, some of this stuff is new for me. It's just, that's one of those,
Joe, always feel free to open
Always ask
conversation.
questions.
Yeah.
I thought
Get
it was
it.
coming from
Yeah,
an actual,
we get what
Different
you're
pots of
saying.
money and different circumstances and,
I'm learning.
But
Oh,
if we're all on the same, no, the questions are great, and if we're
Yeah.
all on the same track, we have differences on
Right.
maybe how we get there, but if we're on the same track, and if we agree that we're gonna have a health department 5 years from now, and owning's over better than renting, one of you mentioned that.
I did.
I mean, I concur.
Right.
And if, back to, I've always tried to run this a little bit like a business, and I'll be the first that, after 4 years on the council, I struggled because it's not exactly like a business. And you can't run it exactly like we would in a private sector. And I get that. But there's principles that I think benefit whether it's private or public, and the ownership and owning it yourself in this case makes sense to me.
Me too.
we have some faithful members of our public here that sit in on these meetings quite often. Do you guys have any comments or questions? Do you understand where we're coming from on this? Thank you. It's not always easy sitting in these seats. No. And we're going to prove that next Thursday and Friday and the next week too, how easy these seats are.
It moves it from an or liability to an asset
Yeah,
on the balance sheet.
yeah. If there be no more questions, I will make a motion that we approve this appropriation from rainy day as outlined on our agenda.
Kim Meredith will second that motion. So we have a motion by Vicki Kivett, seconded by Kim Meredith. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0.
Thanks all.
Thank you for working on that, gentlemen. All right. Next up is salary ordinance amendment, prosecutor, part-time deputy prosecutor.
Yes, if I take off my prosecutor hat, well, I'll keep it on. Congratulations, you just bought a really sound, structurally sound building in a great location. I mean,
Yes.
we love it there, Josh will tell you. But anyway, this is not a request for additional money. This is a transfer from a law clerk position in Title 4D that we don't use, but we want to pay Amanda Kester to stay another month, just 1 month, to help Ricky Eisenhut, or Ricky Eisenhut-Kasich now, learn 4D and just get on the ground. We were fortunate, unfortunately Amanda retired because her husband has a job that she couldn't turn down, but we were very fortunate to hire Ricky Eisenhut back. Troy has met her. I'll let you decide, Ball of Fire,
All-star.
Sharp.
All-star.
All-star, okay, those are, they're.
Incredible.
Anyway, so what Amanda, what we'd like to do is put $10,000 into a part-time deputy prosecutor fund that we have, not an additional of anything. And then, because Amanda is that good, to pay her, raise the rate that she would make above the salary ordinance to $50 and $4.31 an hour. And this is just for 1 month. Amanda is just going to come back, just another set of eyes, someone to bounce ideas off of. She's a great resource, and I think Amanda, knowing Amanda, would probably take a phone call or two down the road. But this is to bridge the gap in our 4D office, to give us stability, to just maximize our ability to serve the public with the best people we can hire. I will tell you, Ricky and Amanda would be a great team together. So that's our two-prong request. Again, no additional taxpayer money, just a transfer within the department. And then when Amanda's gone in a month, there's no more money to pay her, and she's off doing great things somewhere else. So pending your questions, that's all I have.
Questions, comments?
No, but I'll make the motion to approve that transfer with no additional funds.
We have a motion.
Keller will second.
Okay, we have a motion by Troy Sprinkle, seconded by Chip Keller. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0.
Steve, you don't have any high-profile cases right now, do you? Well, I think you know, I think I know of one,
Yeah,
but.
I think August 11th is an attempted murder case, followed by a child molest case. We have a pending attempted school shooting. We have 2 major high-profile sex crimes, and then who knows what else is not going to be recorded. So, no, we need to keep the people we got, and I'll be back talking to you more about that Thursday. But anyway, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
So that's all one motion to let us pay Amanda the $54.31 an hour? Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Linda, you going to talk to us about dormant funds?
I will.
I never have any dormant funds. I spend it as fast as I get it.
I see those Amazon packages. I see you at TJ
I
Maxx.
see, yeah, you see me.
Okay, we are no longer using the 4915 PSAP Personnel Fund, but we do have a balance of $484.23. So we would like your permission to transfer that to the 1235 lit dedicated to PSAP Fund so that we can close out the 4915 PSAP personnel.
It's pretty straightforward. I'd make a motion to approve that request.
Joe Cronin, second.
Motion by Chip Keller, seconded by Joe Crone. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Other business, we have Sycamore Services. Hello, ladies.
Take some information with you. But good evening. Thank you so much for letting us come before you this evening. My name is LaDonna Everode, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer for Sycamore Services. And this is Kate Reniger, and she is our HR Generalist. We're basically just here to kind of talk on behalf of Sycamore to let you know about the services we provide, especially those that we provide right here in Morgan County. And we're just asking for your continued partnership and support. So we offer a lot of different services, and we'll talk about some of them, but basically it's services for individuals who are aged or disabled. We provide a variety of services from day programs where they can kind of go and hang out, community integration, respite services, recreational therapies, residential services, wellness, pre-employment and employment services, behavioral management, and public transportation. We serve or impact the lives of over 1,600 individuals in and around 37 counties in Indiana. Our successes, we feel, are supporting the individuals to increase their independence and allow them to live, work, and contribute to their communities. We are facing some barriers, as is anyone, and the gaps kind of limit our ability financially to hire and retain qualified staff, to provide essential supplies, equipment, and transportation, and ultimately they affect our quality of care to those that we deliver our services to. Day, community, and respite services. Day program, our focus is to offer structured activities to build life skills and independence for those that we serve. Respite care provides essential relief for a primary caregiver for them to be able to kind of go out on their own and do the things that they need to do for themselves. And community integration helps individuals make friends, volunteer to give back to their community, and engage with the world around them. Community engagement, in the packet, you'll kind of see a Greenwood City Airport Touch a Plane experience. So our individuals got to go and learn about airplanes and flights and how you can go to different places in the country or the world. And so that was very exciting for them to be able to do. You'll also see some pictures on some of the things that we do in our day program. One is cooking classes. So that helps individuals to develop menus, nutritional and healthy recipes, develop grocery lists, actually go shopping out into the community, and then that helps them also to learn money management while they're there. We also do music activities. So again, it's just something where they can go and express themselves freely, be able to play music, dance, and have a good time with their friends. Recreational therapy, we're currently impacting over 60 individuals, and then that is growing. Recreational therapy basically supports many communities in managing stress, building confidence, developing new skills through music, movements, and games. Recreational therapy facilities are community-based, and we can do that with groups of individuals or on one-to-one, depending on what their service needs are. And there's some pictures there of just kind of some of the things that they've done in facility. And I'm gonna let Kate take over.
Hello. So we do provide residential services, and we are currently impacting 160 individuals, and that is growing. These are individuals who need help with daily living, such as medication, self-care, mobility, safety. Some of these individuals may require 24/7 care. Some individuals only need us to come a couple times a week, and we can provide both. We also provide wellness services through our nursing staff to reduce ER visits and hospitalizations. And then on that next slide, you'll see some more pictures of some of our clients enjoying activities at home. And then Sycamore, we are trying to invest in the housing crisis head-on by providing affordable, accessible homes. We currently rent 2 homes in the area, and we're rebuilding a 3rd off of Christie Road that will support 4 individuals, and they'll share the cost, the rent, utilities, and accessibility features. This is not just housing, it's community-based living with dignity. Our behavior management team serves over 70 individuals in Morgan, Hendricks, and surrounding counties, helping replace challenging behaviors with skills that foster independence and opportunity. These services include assessments, behavior plans, and hands-on training. More uniquely, we offer personalized support plans that are tailored to the exact needs of the individual. We believe there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Therefore, customized support plans are the best option to provide comprehensive and quality care. We also believe that everyone deserves the dignity to work. We provide pre-employment and employment services, so we go into schools and help teenagers transition out of high school and what's going to happen next. We help individuals either in their jobs or help them find jobs. It's a wide range. Our pre-employment services, we support over 200 students ages 14 through 22, exploring careers, college, and work skills. Our employment team supports 500 individuals with many earning an average of $14.16 an hour. In the past year, 25 people were placed in competitive integrated employment, real jobs, real wages, real success. And then our Morgan County Connect, this public transportation remains a lifeline for so many. Morgan County Connect is the only public transportation in Morgan County. Our Morgan County Connect service provides an average of 1,564 rides per month to 164 riders. We'll take them anywhere to jobs, appointments, daily activities, and we have only turned on an average of 33 trips a month simply due to capacity. With just 14 vehicles and 12 drivers, we're a small team, but we're committed to serving this community. So why are we here today? We're asking you to continue your funding support because the need is real and is growing. Cuts to funding don't just reduce numbers, they reduce access, opportunity, and quality of life to your constituents. Every dollar you invest in Sycamore Services returns hope, growth, and connection to the people of Morgan County. Thank you for your time today and your continued partnership. Any questions?
No, it's a great presentation. Thank you.
How have you been affected by federal cuts? Do you know thus far?
So we haven't been hit hard yet. What's coming down the pike is they're limiting services to like children who are who have autism, or individuals who are getting behavior management services, or individuals who are getting recreational therapy. They're going to limit how many hours they can get a week, and then they're going to also start limiting how old they can be to get some of the services. We are looking at potentially having cuts with transportation. We just don't know yet what that's going to look like. We kind of got through the first cuts okay. However, we were promised a few years back that every year we would get 3% increases in the Medicaid reimbursement rates. We were really counting on that to be able to give staff increased wages. And without staff, you can't provide the services. So that has definitely hurt us because they put that on hold, and we don't know that we'll get the 2 to 3% back at any time.
A lot of unknowns.
Yeah, we don't know right now, and kind of we're watching everything, and as an organization, we, try to look for other avenues, and, we look for grants, and we look for fundraising, and we're doing, things in the housing market, and so we try to kind of diversify as much as we can, because you just never know with Medicaid
Right.
What's going to happen. That's our major funding source.
Our boots on the ground, frontline workers, they're called direct support professionals. We do rely on Medicaid reimbursement for their wages. And like LaDonna said, with the promises of a 3% increase, it's difficult to retain that staff because what's going to keep them from just going to McDonald's? It's an easier job. This is a difficult job. It takes a special person. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you for the presentation. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You.
Okay. Copier discussion.
Hold in here.
It is cold in here.
I thought you guys were just really in the mood to spend money tonight, so I got a lot of requests. So this is not an additional appropriation. I'm just bringing this forward to you guys. I brought it to the commissioners this morning to get an idea of what you would want to do. If you guys decide this is something you're interested in, we would do it as part of the normal budget process, and we wouldn't actually pay until next year. But we'll step back and I'll give you why we're here. So Deb and I met with Rico. We're past the life of our copiers. We're past, our click rates are up. We're out of our 5-year service contract. We replaced these back in 2020. So we met with Rico just to get a budget number for next year, not for this year. And they came in at just shy of $160,000 to replace our fleet if we buy it outright, which is what we did last time, and I think makes sense because of the position we're in. After that, our rep came back to us and said, hey, we get the opportunity to put in 1 or 2 clients per region for special pricing with, back with corporate. He said, I put your guys' name in another school just to see if they would accept it. They did accept it, and it came in just about $5,000 less, $153,000 to refresh. Plus, they were putting in a buyback. Our old copiers will still be used for parts. Lots of people will keep them for years to come, but they quit making parts of as models phase out. So somebody will essentially pay a scrap price to get a bunch of parts they can use for other people, which brings it down to $149,000 and change. For perspective, in 2020, when we got these, we paid $141,000. So this is $8,000 more. It's actually 4 copiers more because to qualify for the program, it has to be 50, and we only had 46. So we've got a few places we could put 1 or 2 more. We need to let them know if we're going to take advantage of this pricing in the next week or so. So if you guys, basically I'm bringing it forward to you and saying, if this is something you guys want to do, you're going to have to do it now or you're going to need to do it next year. So if we want to take advantage of it, let's work it into the budget process in QMCAP development. I'd actually already budgeted for it, but I wanted to bring the opportunity to you guys and see if you want to pass
So-
or go.
Approximately how many machines is this? Roughly
50.
just 50 machines?
Machines.
And this is, because I had the commissioner's budget, so they kind of gave me an introduction to this the other day. And this is a one-time payment that covers the next 5 years.
And it's our service agreement.
It doesn't include clicks though, right? That would
Yeah,
be.
we have a click rate that we still have. It's
Yeah.
just, it's much lower with the new machines that are in service.
But it sounds like an incredible deal to me
Mm-hmm.
for that many machines to pay one time for 5 years compared to what I pay for one Xerox machine. So
And the,
Per year or just a one-time fee?
that's what I asked
It's a
them. It's
one-time outright purchase.
That's what I couldn't believe.
It's only like
It's not much.
30,000 a year.
And if it's really 50 machines, that's,
50 copiers?
yeah, 50 machines.
Is there a yearly cost for a
So
service
that's part of
agreement?
the 5-year package that we get.
Okay, that's part of
So
it.
service is included. I
Okay.
think we don't. I
The
can't remember. I
toner's
don't think we pay
included,
for
right?
Staples.
Do we pay for
We
toner?
don't pay for toner. All that's included as part of the
Oh,
budget.
boy.
clicks.
Yeah.
So like every time they print something, that's a click. And whether it be, there's probably a rate for black and white and a rate for color copies.
Yeah, I think black and white, if I remember, is like, if we get back in contract with a new one, it's like .002.
That's really good.
That is good.
I wish I could get that.
Yeah.
This would be money that we would be spending next year.
Be next year's
We would just
budget.
be making the commitment now.
Yeah, we can't agree to move forward if you guys say we're not gonna include this in part of your budget for next year.
I don't see why we wouldn't.
And can I also add, I don't know about all offices, but I know our office, these are used as our printers also.
Sure,
Yeah, they're everything.
The printers.
Oh, yeah.
They scan an email and, I mean.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Enrico's good. I mean, we have him at our office, and I'm pleased with him.
Seems like a no-brainer.
Do you need a
Just need a
vote or
motion.
just a head nod?
I'd like a motion so that we know it's good to go, and then I can make sure we get the contract executed so that they can get it ready for next year.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve this copier purchase.
Thank you, Chip. We have a motion by Chip Keller.
Second it.
Troy Sprinkles seconds. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Good job, guys. Okay, Bill Mitchell. Bill, what are you going to talk to us about? Countywide unkept properties discussion. I was going to say, what, you don't want any money? Good deal.
That's not what you told me.
People to do the jobs in the county, I'll pass these maps out here. On the back of them, it tells you what the person is, where the place is at. All but one is in Clay Township. The one's been wrote up more than once for the planning board, and nothing gets done.
Oh, this is my pet peeve right here.
So, this is, you guys pass them around, they're on the back of every one of them, where they're at and everything.
Well, this isn't our lane of travel. I mean, how would we help?
Huh?
How would we be able to help?
Well, there's the rules and regulations in a certain commission to take care of these problems, and I've been writing these places up for 5 or 6 years now. I've always been told, Bill, we don't have the money or the manpower, and it's not my priorities to do this job. I'm worried about bringing people into the county and making them do certain things when they come into the county, building stuff like that. But she doesn't want to maintain after we get them in the county. So now then, ladies, I've been going to talking to some of the treasurers people over here, and some of them's getting pretty hot about this stuff coming in there, living next door to these places, the property taxes are going up, and they're living next to these places, and nothing gets done. And they're taking it out on the assessor's office, and they're taking it out on the treasurer ladies over here, because they come in there mad, and they're taking the abuse of what the situation is. But there's things on the books to take care of these places, and nothing's getting done. And I think maybe might be a good time to start thinking about doing something, get changes to get it done.
What are you told, that it's grandfathered in, or
Nothing.
they don't
No,
have people
nothing.
to
They got-
enforce it, or?
They don't want to enforce it. That one there, you look over there on Henderson Ford, the property over there, FEMA bought part of that property. The guy moved his property stuff onto the county property and bought a house in Martinsville. And it's on the back of one of those papers where he lives at. So he's dumping out there on the county and living in town here. And then the other one up there on 67, Mason Lane, that guy right there. So if you guys talk, Mr. Collier talks about how beautiful Morgan County is. Well, if you're driving down 67 going to a football game at IU, you see that coming down 67 or going up 69 back north.
69, yeah.
They do that up next to the road.
It's not
What does
so
it look
beautiful.
like in the back roads? So all I'm asking you guys is to get a force behind somebody to get some of this stuff done, to start getting stuff done for the future for everybody else. Because, you got people talking. There's one place in here that I've been, Centerton, there's got the refrigerator in the front porch. I brought that place up 18 or 19 times over a period of time, and then nothing gets done. And they've had, DCS has been out there for the kids in school, and you see that the other day, the front door was standing wide open. The neighbors across the street are upset. The people on both sides of the houses in the last 4 years, one house, the seller took a beating on it because nobody wanted to buy that house up next to that house. And on the other side, people lost that house, and then the people remodeled the house, and they had a hard time selling it because
the next door neighbor had weeds, rats, mice,
Yeah.
all the way around it. And for a while, he even had trash at the back door. That's what I'm asking to do that. And here I'm in Clay Township, and everybody's coming after me, and they go go call somebody down here. Well, we can't take care of it. We got too much other stuff to get planning done before in the county to take care of what we got in the county. Then the girls in tax office and assessors take the brunt. So I was telling Joe while I go and I said, you guys ought to go sit in the treasurer's office one day and let somebody come in there all hot and bothered and chew you up one side and down the other for something that you got nothing to do with it. It's people, they don't have to worry about that stuff. So that's my conclusion of the thing. So just think about in the future, or maybe start working on the ball, get the ball rolling to better the county rather than just let it go. And that's all I've got to say.
You appeared before commissioners' meeting?
Yes, I
Been
did,
on
my
the-
dear. I gave them almost the same spiel I gave you right now.
Is that
I can vouch
today
for
or?
that. I listened to it.
Well, I had a distraction. Collier was agreeing with me every time because he says, I get a phone call on that place every week. Mr. Adams over here, he worked when he was my township commissioner. He got phone calls on the same thing. And it's been going on for years and nothing gets done. And there's rules on the books about cars sitting around with no license plates on them.
It's
A
just
couple
not
years ago,
enforced.
a car up at Centerton sat there in front of a house for about 2 months, and the county come in and hauled it off. But they got these other places that's got cars sitting around, junk. That guy on Harrison Ford out there has got no Jeep and cars been there forever.
Mess.
That's Mr. Collier's district. He's getting calloused on the phone calls. So I'm just more or less the spokesman for the people in the community to try and make stuff better for us, but we got to get someplace started to get a little bit of heavier weight on this because they're not elected officials. So they can do whatever they want to because they don't have to worry about getting reelected.
Good point.
I'll just mention one thing, you know, I served some time on city council for about 5-6 years, and we had very similar complaints to properties here in town. And it does take a concerted effort, and it took, you know, the administration, the executive at the time, to actually empower and hire a code enforcement officer that goes around. The city council did have to beef up some ordinances to make sure the rules were straightforward and could be, there were penalties associated with all that. You know, the city now has an unsafe building authority, which goes around and makes sure that buildings don't have holes in the roof and the windows aren't broken out and they aren't a danger. But I mean, all that does take people and personnel, and that's a cost. So as our pie shrinks the next couple of years, your timing's not the best, but I totally empathize and agree with your statements.
Well, it's not so much, it's a way society, the way we're going, the taxes are going up higher and higher and higher. Inflation's coming in more and more and more. People on fixed income, they can't fix up stuff. You know, it's just becoming, you guys all know about this, it's becoming harder and harder for older people to survive because of inflation, because Social Security's not coming up with inflation, and they can't fix up places, but it's still the idea that sometimes they just need a nudge. I mean, somebody mentioned a while ago, said, well, just have Judge Gray come over to the county and work for the county for a while.
He'd put it in line, wouldn't he?
I said that, Bill.
I wasn't gonna mention any names. See, he owns up to it. So anyway, you guys got any questions for me? I know we don't have any money. I know it's gonna be 4%, but we need to get this rolling. We've already got the people to do it. It's on the books to do stuff. It's just not getting done. So,
Well, I'll speak. That property at Henderson Ford, just north of there coming south, where you got your beautiful Morgan County sign, or Martinsville, whatever that sign is. And we're paying to keep that roundabout up there mowed and looking presentable. And then you come just a block south and you got all that mess. And I would think the Plan Commission could do something.
good point. Good point. I'll rest my case before I go any
There's
further.
got to be
The road's just getting
some.
ready to write a paper on it.
Eyebrows.
We all look at Joe.
Eyebrows.
Come on, Joe.
Oh, my God.
What was it, Keith?
The county has tried that over the years, and none of you were on the council at the time. None of these commissioners were in office. But they went after some of the property owners around here. They filed lawsuits against them. And it turned out to be very expensive. One property owner up in Madison Township, who's passed away now, that was so violent up there, they had to send the Morgan County SWAT team up there to serve him. And it went up for auction. And like I said, it got very, very expensive, and I don't know if the county ever collected any of the fines, the judgments. But yeah, they've done it before. We had a list in the paper some years ago, I'm the one that did it, of all the properties that were being sued, the owners. And for some reason, it just kind of died out because it was expensive.
Mhm.
You know how much money they spent going after the recycling place out here in 252?
Mhm. Yeah, I do recall that.
Yeah, that was a fortune, and they lost it. There were other places around here. It just, and these attorneys don't work cheap.
That's true. You are exactly right.
So, yeah,
Thank you,
they have
Bill.
tried it, believe me.
All right, we've got a busy schedule coming up in the next couple of weeks. We got budget reviews, August 6th and 7th, 9 a.m. here. And then the next week, August 11th, 12th, and 14th at 9 a.m. here is the budget workshops. And then our next regular meeting will be our regular meeting and budget review, September 9th, here at 6:30.
We'll be missing that.
Yes, you told me today. That, we
Going on
understand that.
vacation.
You'll be here next week, though, or this weekend, next week, though, correct? Okay. So is there anything else that needs to come before the council this evening?
This week, we usually break for lunch and leave,
Mhm.
but the following week, we usually carry in food. Are you guys still up for that?
It's fine.
That works well.
Deb?
Sheriff, you up for that? I'll have the list this week to pass around what everybody will bring.
Sounds good. All
I'll
right,
take
if
care
there's-
of you.
If there's nothing else to come before the council, I look for a motion to adjourn.
Brian Culp will make a motion to adjourn.
Troy will second it.
Motion by Brian Culp, seconded by Troy Sprinkle to adjourn. All those,
They're right
yes.
here,
And
Bill.
papers are coming down. All those in
I
favor,
stacked
please
them up
signify by saying
as near as I
aye.
can get 'em.
Aye. Motion carries.